should probably pull my phone out. Probably pull my phone out so I can see the chat because I've got it sharing my screen. Because I figure, because like the last time I tried to do an RPG Maker session, it anytime that I opened something, it wouldn't it doesn't show anything except for the main window. So it's like anytime that I opened something or if I was playtesting, all it was showing was the main window and it wasn't showing any of the stuff that I was working on. So
Gotcha.
yeah. We changed up stuff on the app. Fine, I'll start the freaking tour if you'll stop bringing it up. God. Like, so sick and tired of you constantly being like, do you want to go on the tour of the new setup? And like, no, it's not that difficult to figure out how the new setup looks. The things that are difficult is like figuring out how to share the stream like you could before. Okay, quick actions. This looks like upload. This is edit. Okay. What's this? Emotes. What's that? Follow only chats. No.
Maybe may add new feature.
Poll. Aha! Found the sharing. I found how to share. I love how I'm like, oh, I do not understand anything that you are saying.
That's great. How's this?
It's still kind of glitchy.
Okay. Let's actually put it away from
Good. Not good. That's worse. What is with your place tonight? It's like worse than normal. So yeah, the reason why I was confused about that icon is it looks like the download icon. It sort of confused me. That's why I never figured it out before. The funny thing is, the little tour didn't tell me what that was still. Didn't tell me what I needed to do. It was still just...
Whenever new
Nope.
stuff happens.
What? Huh? You literally, like 2 seconds ago, were fine.
I don't even know what to do. I haven't moved.
I know you don't move that much. You usually just find a place to sit and just hope it's fine, and then it's just like randomly, it's just like, it doesn't work now. I don't get it.
Maybe it's just the weather today.
Maybe. Alright, I shared. What else can I do? I'm gonna look at some of this stuff before I get started here. So I found out that I can make a poll, apparently. That's something I can do. What is this? Oh, I can raid a channel? What is raiding a channel anyway? What does raiding a channel do? I should like find out what raiding a channel does, cause oh hey it's Kara is like streaming right now. And I
Okay.
really like the podcast. You've listened to the podcast a little bit with me. She's one of the ones that does the film reroll podcast.
Okay. Okay.
She's the girl who was what's the boy from Last Action Hero.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay.
Yeah, you know that is super funny moment where it's like in one of the first two episodes of it, there was like, so what do you think? Do you want to be the girl? And then like they didn't record that particular one for a couple years, and then Kara was transitioning,
Yes.
and they just went off on that
Yes.
whole part because it was just like so funny that she was
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
transitioning at that point.
Yeah. 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 The thing about the whole half hour bit of yeah. Yeah. It took us this long to make this, and our friend over there has now be actually become this. You're like, okay, congratulations.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm almost through this whole thing. There's
it's
there's
fine, man.
apparently
Like I
like a
said, when they
reward
update
thing.
stuff,
Oh, what stream marker? Apparently, I just added a stream marker. Create clip.
they did
No,
add
no.
a new
Let's
thing.
discard. We're not creating clip right now. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done playing around with the new stuff. Something I should have done a while ago when they updated the stuff, but I was
uh,
lazy and didn't do it. Now I'm
I
somewhat
would just say
refreshed after going out of town for like a day and getting sunburn, and I had fun with my boys at least, so that's good.
I would say it was 2 days technically because that traveling time still counts.
I was Do you really count travel time?
I do because I go with
You're not
okay if
relaxing
I have
during
to go
travel
someplace,
time. You're not actually
yeah.
relaxing during travel time.
No, no, you're not. No, no, you're not. You don't relax during travel time because the only way for you to relax during travel time is if someone else is doing the driving.
And I was doing all the driving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aiden ain't that at that point where he could actually pitch
Well,
in for 2 hours.
Solar did say that he would drive a little bit, but we got to this point where it's like, so there was like this certain point, all right? There's a certain point on the
Uh-huh.
drive where you don't see civilization anymore. Like
Okay.
you might pass through a couple of small towns,
Yeah.
and you might pass a couple of gas stations, but you do not see anywhere to eat, and gas stations are few and far
Hmm.
between. So like we passed that point of no return without realizing it. And so for like 2 hours we are looking for a place to eat, and we're not finding anything. And the plan was for Aiden or for Solar to take over for like an hour after we ate. But
Uh,
we didn't eat, so he never took over. And we just we got into town. It was like 10 o'clock. We we went ahead and like went to Target, got something to eat. Because even when we got to town, we were like looking for a fast food place and we just weren't seeing any. Apparently we needed to wait just a little farther because like 1 block after Target we saw the fast food places.
that's on that desolate stretch of highway where you just sit there and go, all
Oh
right, this is a highway.
no, no, it wasn't that it was
Where
deserted. Like
is
we were in town, we were seeing restaurants. We were seeing
Okay.
restaurants. But it's 10 o'clock. We want
Okay.
just fast food. And we wanted fast food
Yeah,
and
yeah.
go
You
to
want
hotel, check in, eat, go to sleep. We
yeah.
didn't see
Yeah, you
any of
want
those.
fast food.
We didn't really see any of those, and we figured, there's the Target. Let's just go ahead and go to the Target. We'll get the food for the rest of the weekend, and be done with it. And yeah, but we went there. We got food for the weekend, and yeah. What is this? Misty Rose sent me a friend request. Who is
A part of that
Misty
trip,
Rose?
you need to ask them what else can happen.
Misty Rosie sent me a friend request on Discord. There's no
Okay.
like as usual. It says that there's like one viewer. I feel like the viewer is possibly me. I don't know. Maybe
Because I'm sitting
Misty
here
Rosie
going,
is maybe Misty Rosie is like hitting me up from Twitter, or maybe Misty Rosie is Solar's girlfriend using another one of. She started using Solar's girlfriend started using a fake name on one of the social medias because she doesn't want her parents finding out. I don't want to out her here, so I'm not gonna say any
yeah.
names. I'm not gonna mention any social media sites. I just found it funny that she started doing that.
Hey,
Just
I have no blame. I was one of those people when social media started that just went, you know what? No one knows me, so I'm gonna just make a new name and
I just
you
I
know
just find
just
it
just go by something I learned.
I just find it funny because it's just like this whole thing of she's specifically doing it because she doesn't want her parents to be able to see her online presence as readily so she can be more herself.
Oh my God, she wants she wants anonymity. That's
Yeah.
what she wants. Oh, that's great. Her parents actually monitor the stuff hard enough to go, oh, your name's attached to this. What did you say?
Yeah, I'm not even like I don't like her parents seem pretty much fine except like I know that her dad is a little on the overcautious side, but it's
I'm just the
like
overprotective father figure.
but it's like, you know, more than likely if Solar were a female, I would
You'd
probably
be
be
doing
a
the same
little
thing.
more overprotective of him as well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's
Oh, isn't
not
that great?
exactly what I want. Let's see. I want something that looks just okay. So, anyways, what I should probably do is I should probably tell you what I'm doing right now on here. So I know we're gonna be like more talking just in general, but it's like I probably should at least tell
You
you
want
what
me to
I'm
know what your goal
doing.
is or what you're trying to do on this thing right now?
Well, I mean, I'm going over the course of us doing this. I am going to be trying to um do the Mailman RPG that I had discussed so long ago. You
Oh,
know?
that one.
Like that is kind of my goal. I want to do that one.
Okay.
Right now, I'm trying to come up to like do a little character select screen. And I'm trying to find like I thought that there was like this little sparkle looking thing, but I guess I was mistaken. Like I could swear there was like a little sparkle looking thing that I used before. Maybe it was just this. I don't know. Just gonna do that. That'll be fine. It's not gonna be moving. It's just gonna be changing as the player picks their character. So one of the things that does cause me to not finish this stuff is the fact that I have a tendency to overcomplicate a lot of the early stuff, and also the fact that I stop working on it at some point. So the goal right now is to force myself to keep working on it by streaming it. And also I'm going to try and start with more minimal selections.
Yeah.
So, whoa. Still sometimes going jarbled on me.
That's great. I don't even know what to do anymore.
You're fine now for some reason.
I couldn't even move.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. I really don't.
I did what I just go whatever. It's fine. Sometimes I'm gonna go out. Sometimes I'm not. It's gonna be cool. Today's just gonna be one of those days. The weather decides it's gonna be this way.
Hey, it's a Mailman RPG, right? What if instead of doing like this little
Yeah.
blank character select screen,
Mm-hmm.
what if I do like a little thing where it's like you're applying for a job, similar to oh hi, you're here for the job, um, and then they ask you questions and you answer, and then it gives you your character after that.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that.
All
So
right.
so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of what I got here. All right, there we go. And we're gonna, I guess, change up the map thing. Do an inside. Get some floorboards. So, anyways, how was the game that I missed?
Oh. Oh, that.
Please tell me that my
That was
character didn't have issues like it always seems to happen whenever I'm not there.
no, 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 no,
Now,
no. It's fine.
I put my faith in Mega. I put my faith in Mega to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not
Don't
screw me
worry.
over.
You're still in the middle of everything.
Okay.
Um, let's put it this way. We didn't even get. We pretty much got maybe 10 minutes into that before we had to call it because of there was a lot that happened that day. But let's just put it this way. You guys got caught.
Yeah, I know. We got caught
Then,
at the end of the last session.
yes, yes. Then there was supposed to. Then they started trying to interrogate you,
Interrogate me?
and then on the spot. Well, mostly Brendan's character.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because as the actual NPC put it, Brendan's character was actually the one that was the most out of the ordinary. Because at least the other two people weren't really talking, and I'm just like, that's fair because Vance would have just said hi.
Yeah.
and you know,
I actually had this idea, and it was actually good that I had sent my Raven off, because my idea, if we were going to try and talk our way out of it, was to say I was trying to follow my Raven, and then the only thing that was going to be an issue with that plan, that I ran in here because I was trying to follow my Raven, and I'm very sorry and all that jazz. The only issue that I had with
yeah.
that plan was the fact that I did pick up a journal and was looking through it,
Ah,
but I was going to
yeah. I
kind
don't
of,
think he.
I was gonna like partially hope that maybe the fact that the other people were actually like really getting into stuff was going to make it to where people wouldn't notice that I had done that.
Yeah, yeah, but at this point, they're more worried about you, actually being in there in the first place, because
Yeah, that's
secret hideout
fair.
with secret door.
That is fair.
Just the fact that you're in there and you're not a halfling already sent off so many alarm bells.
That is
And then the person that they,
fair, fair, fair.
and then the fact that the person who they decided, who decided to talk, literally claimed to be part of another gang, and and I'm just like, or claimed to be, trying to get into another gang's place, and I'm just sitting there going, why? Why would you say that? You could have just went. I found this place and trying to rob you. That would have been so much better.
That, dude, for the most part, B was really not like Kyrus was not making good choices, and he was also not really willing to listen to anyone else. And then he kept on saying, "Look, if we keep doing this, we're gonna go around in circles." And it's like, you were literally the only one going around in circles. Everyone else was actually offering up an idea, and you're the one that just kept on circling around because we weren't going with immediately what you wanted. You know? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I had a bit of an issue with Kyrus that night. I was not pleased with him, but I was tired of dealing with stuff, and I was just like, you know what? Screw it. Just we'll go with what you want. You know? Okay, we're gonna put you. I did not catch any of that.
Okay, all right, but yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I was just saying that, yeah, we went with his idea for the most part. Uh, still didn't really work out. But yeah.
Yeah, you were on the roof.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, my
fine.
character's completely fine. My character's great.
Um,
It was kind of
what about
you guys
Zorthon?
that were kind of.
Zorthon's kind of
Oh
one
yeah,
of one of
yeah.
the big reasons why we had issues.
Zothon was technically the reason why all of y'all got super iffed,
Yeah.
because of what Zothon did. He actually alerted the actual wizard who this place belongs to, because entered the wizard study and messed with the wizard stuff, setting off magical alarms. And
See,
I'm like,
the thing
uh,
about Zorthon, and that sort of is getting on my nerves, is the fact that he gets very upset at us for like making comments about the fact that Zorthon runs off and does stuff. But then
yes,
he runs off
Zothon often
and
does that.
completely proves
Does that.
like Zorthon's player is basically who I'm talking about, actually gets upset with us for saying stuff. And like I've been
Yes.
really trying to be good about that stuff, but then he did this. And like the other
Yes.
time, the other time he like ran off and he alerted the other people. Like every single time that he goes off to do stuff, he has alerted people to our position, and then his player gets upset with us for making comments of like, we need to put Zorthon on a leash. Zorthon doesn't need to do stealth missions anymore. Zorthon, and it's just like, it's kind of understandable at this point, and he needs to kind of back off and recognize that he chose to make a character like this, and he's gonna need to live with
Yeah.
the fact that sometimes the players and the characters that the other players are playing might get a little annoyed with him continuously doing the same thing despite being asked not to.
You
Like,
know what
I love the player to death.
I'm
I couldn't get any of that. You said, the sad part, and then it started getting too jarbled.
I got. I said, the sad part is we would have just stood there for like another half hour doing nothing, and the story wouldn't have progressed. Because that's how this goes. And I'm just like, well, when he does stuff, we just get in trouble, and the story goes on.
Well, the
So,
thing is,
I,
the only reason we weren't doing anything is because Kyrus was refusing to do anything except for what he wanted to do.
yeah.
Okay, stop. None of what you're saying is coming through. Basically, it's it's frustrating at times because quite literally it's either deal with Kyrus and him constantly just being like, I want to do my plan and no others, or deal with the fact that Zorthon is going to jump ahead and not talk to anyone about what he's doing.
uh,
And
yeah. Like I said, I understand because I did realize something when we played it when we played this. Our characters really don't listen to Zorthon at all.
I
We
do.
really don't.
I do. I constantly do. And I try to like, but that's the thing. Like when Zorthon went up in that room, he just said that he could break in, he could get in, but like no one else would actually listen. And I kind of thought that we were going to be kind of trying to split up a bit. We're all going to be in the same area, obviously, so it's not like split the party, split up. But we were going to be doing some
Mm-hmm.
investigating in that area. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
Zorthon basically just got on the roof and then vanished.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my best to try and push us to find out that by suggesting you go up there and keep lookout for Zorthon. And then
Mm-hmm.
I gave at least 3 different ideas of what we could do. And Kyrus's player just kept on being like, look, we're just circling around. It's just always gonna circle around. We just need to go in here, like I said earlier, and be done with it. And it's just like, I just got tired of it, and Zorthon was already inside, so I didn't want to leave him hanging. Like, there are so many times where I get extremely frustrated with everything that's going on with that game.
Well, there's a lot of people in that game, man. It's the biggest game of D&D that I ever been a part of.
Yeah.
You literally, it's kind of hard to get your points across when you're talking, when you're talking not only online, but you're talking online to, at least 7 to 8 other people.
Yeah, and at least 3 of them do not listen.
Well, I could say at least 3 of them want it to be their way. So you got to make sure that you somehow make all 3 of those things work together.
Like, um,
So that usually ends up splitting the party.
you know, Gromnish,
So I just at this
Gromnish,
point
I'm fine
understand
with.
that we're gonna split the party lots of times.
Like Gromnish, I'm fine with. Like, he is who he is, but his player does his best to try and make sure that everyone is like that he is going to find a way to get to make sure Gromnish goes with it. You know?
Uh huh. Uh
And
huh.
even if Gromnish is going to go with it in his own way, it makes it to where it's a
Uh huh.
lot more productive than how Kairos tends to do things.
That's fair. That's fair.
And most of the time my suggestions are just tossed out the freaking window. Like the one time that I did manage to get something done, it wound up being something that was going to wind up just not working, period, because the DM didn't want it to work. But she still took it as far as she was willing to take it. You know?
Oh,
She took
hey,
it
that
as
was
far as she
something.
was willing to take it, which was something,
Uh huh.
and I didn't like her trying to make us feel bad for the fact that we killed so many of those guys, so many of those creatures, even though, because like we went in there trying to do this in a peaceful way, and
I was
quite
gonna say I
literally
didn't feel bad
she
at all.
attacked us. She had them
Again, I
attack
didn't feel bad at
us.
all. Yeah, yeah. So we murdered them. I would have murdered them all. I was about to set the forest on fire.
Yeah, like I
I
said,
was literally
like I
about to
said,
set
I
the
have
forest
no
on
I
fire.
have no qualms with how things ended. The things that I have issues with is her constantly trying to make us feel bad for it. Cuz like seriously, you purposefully did that. You could have allowed us to garner some peace long enough for us to do what we needed to do and leave. So she purposefully had them fight us, and like then trying to make us feel bad for what we did afterwards. No, we're not going to feel bad for that. We tried. They are the ones that attacked us. We even managed to get it to where it was one on one, right? And then everyone joined in after it was apparent that their leader was going to lose. So, like, quite literally, we did everything we could to have that. You know, something really annoying? Apparently, my phone does not recognize the new stream chat, this new stream manager, as the phone doing something. Like at first, I thought maybe I accidentally hit the button to put my phone to sleep, but then I just saw that my screen went dim.
Oh,
So it apparently does not actually believe that you're doing something when you've got the stream manager up. Which is really
gotcha.
stupid because like there's stuff like there's a video going on this. That'd be like me, that'd be like the phone just going black while I'm in the middle of watching Doctor Who on my phone. That's stupid. I don't know what in the world that's all about.
Oh, that's great. We just like watching YouTube video, then all of a sudden the phone dim, and just like, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell? But yeah, so yeah, like I have no problem with how she handled it. I had a problem with her afterwards trying to make us feel bad. That's my only issue with that. Cuz we handled it better.
Yeah.
We handled it much better than we probably could have originally. Cuz I think
I'm saying
originally it
we
was
did
going to
not.
be like I think originally it was going to be like Anakin with the sand people, you know. I killed them. Not just the men, the women, and the children too. Because they're animals. So I slaughtered them like animals. No, we didn't do that. We allowed some of them to escape. We allowed some of them to leave unharmed if possible. And we didn't touch any of the children. We didn't touch any of the children. Okay. Why does it Why does it keep doing this tonight? It's so annoying.
uh, but yeah, I would have made fur coats out those children, and would have sent those adult pelts to some shop to get taxidermied. I would have made profit, and I would have killed them all at night in their sleep. That's exactly what I would have done. But I went, no, no, I can't do that. Vance is here. Vance wouldn't appreciate me just murdering all the younglings.
To be fair,
So
neither would Gromnesh.
yeah, that's true.
Your two biggest hitters would not have liked that.
Yeah, yeah, the two tanks. It is sad, but the two tanks. Cause yeah, killing them was not the hard part. It's the negotiation part was the hard part. It was all that other stuff. The murdering them would have been easy. Just like with this situation that we're in right now, where I'm like, okay, are we just murdering them? Because again, I go, yeah, we're outnumbered, but that's the only way to make this fair. Because we still got this.
Yeah, I really don't want to like just have to kill everyone in the town basically. Like I know like
Oh, we won't have to kill everyone in the town, just everyone in the house.
it's there's like so much stuff going on with this one. There were so many moving parts and
More
I
moving parts now, because
I
and more
I
people
don't
showed.
I don't even entirely know why I was brought into this particular thing. Um, but like, cause like I'm supposed to be one of the ones that's supposed to stay legit right now. Like Gromnish and I both were supposed to stay legit because everyone knew what was
Yes.
gonna happen if Gromnish, the lawful good paladin, got involved in the not so black and white area of this task.
And when he got involved, all of this went to pot. Of course, that wasn't really your fault, but that it just the random rolls of the dice.
Yeah.
Grown-ups got involved, and then therefore it's just like, okay, everyone's involved except for one character. Okay,
At the
I
time
guess that's why you were brought
at
in.
the time it was all except for like two of us. And then and then, you know, that she gave us another perception roll, and um that time we passed it finally. So, and then things just started going kind of fast, and then we got into that one place, and it's just like, yeah, there really was no good reason for us to have gotten involved in this, but it was just like, as soon as um shoot, what's her name, uh,
Arlen?
Arlen. Soon as Arlen was picked up, I started going into protective mode and trying to find her family.
Yeah.
And Kyrus, I don't know what Kyrus was doing. Because honestly, I don't think Kyrus is. I mean, Kyrus's players always tends to just have his own agenda.
I was like, Kyrus at this point is trying to accomplish his mission because his mission is in the same area as Find the Family mission. You did realize that, right? With his storyline?
Yeah, I know, but it's just like,
It's in the same location.
that's one of the reasons why I don't understand why he keeps on trying to make us go with him to places too. It's like, it feels like he could probably get a little bit farther. Hold on, you're breaking up again. But it feels like he could probably get a little bit farther if he actually, just kind of had us doing something else while he's doing his thing more covertly, you know? But okay, it's stop. Hold on, you're gonna need to re-say that. You're gonna need to re-say that. No.
Okay.
Man, it is just horrible tonight for you. No. Why is it so bad tonight for you?
Again, probably just the weather. How's it is?
Alright, that's sounding okay.
Yeah, I was saying that yeah, we went here for Arlen's family, and Kyrus realized that the place that we had to go to was the same town that his actual goal mission is. And so he's trying to do that part, get information on that part, while we're doing the thing about saving the family. And then when all of that ended up, amalgamating together, because the DM went, you know what, this needs to amalgamate together, and so it did.
Hmm.
And now we had a dead man in the hallway because things happened, and then we had Grownish find it, all of that happening. Then those two going to jail. And you just sit there going, well, this snowballed way out of proportion. And now we're just like, okay, let's just get the family, get out. And that's where we are right now.
Um,
And now half the group was being interrogated while the other half of the group is trying to free the other half. And poor Zorthon is just kind of locked up in mm, like a magic jail because
No,
no one can help him.
to be fair, again, the whole him going in without talking to people, like, I'm sorry. If you do that, if you go in without getting confirmation from your party, you are rather asking for. I mean, we had that once before with one of Zorthon's older characters getting into a place where no one knew where he was. You know? It makes it
Well,
to
that
where
was another character that did that.
it was another character, but it's a similar type of thing where it's just like the fact that you go off on your own makes
That's the rogue paradox.
but Zorthon's not a rogue.
That is the funny part. You imagine this being the rogue because with all those other instances, it's usually the rogue that does it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they go, I'm the sneaky person with the highest speed. And we're just sitting there going, okay, all right. And he did what now? Oh, he did that. Okay. Well, I guess we're going now. And like I said, I'm fine with it just because the fact the story plot moves instead of us just talking in the corner about the story plot.
And like sometimes it's fine, but for him to like I said before, the thing that kind of annoys me with him doing it is the fact that he gets upset when people talk about him about how they or their character gets annoyed with it and they start making comments like if you're gonna do it, just own it. Don't just act like a little bitch about it later, you know,
Oh my goodness.
and be upset that people are talking bad about you doing exactly what you're doing. Either own it or stop doing it, You can't have it both ways.
uh, but yeah. Like I said, I respect it. I know I know what's happening, and I'm just like, it's fair. It's fair because we would have been there for another half hour talking around in the circle about the same exact thing. Because
Again,
certain of us don't want to do, the other stuff.
and like I said, that whole fact that quite literally, like,
Too
Zorthon,
many
I mean,
people.
not Zorthon, but Kyrus just has that tendency to just not ever want to listen to anyone else. You know,
Mm-hmm. Like I said, we got a few people like that. It's fine.
like I do my best. Like I might not be perfect on it, but I do my best to try and give lots of options and to try and keep others people in mind. Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm not perfect at it. I'm sure that I mess up plenty.
Oh, we all do, man. We all do.
But yeah, it's the thing about like specific people always do it. You know. And to
Fair.
Ireland's players' credit, she does have a tendency to gripe and try and call people out on over like talking over people. you know?
All right.
Like,
Like I said, everybody got the things, man.
yeah, she's good about calling people out on that, you know? So the
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is she does it herself plenty.
Yes.
Um like she does it so much. The weird thing is she does it to the DM too.
Yes.
Like you would think that that would be the one person you would be trying not to annoy.
um,
But yeah,
like I said, man, I literally think it's just because just a few too many people. When the group gets to the point of 8 people are trying to come up with a plan, any kind of plan, I go, oh, this is gonna take forever.
I
Four
definitely
people, yeah, 4 people coming up with a plan. That's relatively easy. That's a relatively easy, straightforward plan. 8 people, you might as well break up into two groups of four. That'll make this easier. Two different plans, and hope your plans don't actually counter each other.
I need to get I need to get to the point where I'm ready to do the game that we're gonna be doing with like us, Ganimation, and Solar. So that I've got another game going, even
Okay.
though I'd be running that one, it still would be another game going that might not annoy me. As
Hey man, do it whenever you actually feel like it.
most of the time I'm fine. But when I'm not fine, I don't get a break from it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said don't rush into it. Do it when you feel like you want to do it. When you actually want to do it, and
I
not
mean, like
doing it out of obligation.
I want to do it and I'm not planning on streaming it or anything. I need
Mm-hmm.
to finish doing I need to finish these other projects first.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Focus on the projects you want to do.
All right. I've got 3 characters. They all have a uniform for the male thing. I've got a male, a non-binary, and a female.
All right.
So that is going to be my limit until later after I've actually finished the story. And then I'll go back and I'll add
Mm-hmm.
more character customization.
Okay.
I love how because we're talking and stuff, it takes me like 5 million years to finish some of this stuff that should only take me like a few minutes. You know?
That's the point of the talking. That's the point of the talking. But yeah. So far in the game, last time, yeah. You guys got caught by the wizard.
Fair.
The wizard sat you guys down and talked to Kyrus, and then Zorthon did some more weird things, and the wizard decided, wait a minute, let me go check my actual arcane study.
Oh
And
lord. So Zorthon's about to get pinched.
well, Zorthon got a lucky roll, and got out of the trap and is now waiting and hiding in the wizard study. And I went, you know what? That's an actual good place to hide. I can't fault him. I'm like, oh yeah, you have the ability to do that, and a lot of people don't look up. Yeah, yeah, especially in a halfling house when you're actually a small creature. This works out to your advantage. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, you can actually surprise the wizard. Um, Wizard's gonna have a bad day, especially if you go all alpha striker as a monk. I'm like, oh, are you gonna pour all your key points into that? You better pour all your key points into that. Make them have the worst day.
Oh man. If it wasn't for the fact that we know that this place is home to people who are currently keeping people prisoner and forcing they if this was not owned by one of the mafia gangs.
Yes,
I would
yes,
feel
yes.
bad
This
for I
is
would feel bad for these
yeah,
people who were
yeah,
just having their dinner and then all this crap happened.
yeah. But you don't feel bad anymore. We realize, oh, this place was enclosed with a secret door that and this place does what again? Oh, human trafficking. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all.
Mhm.
Uh, in fact, cleansing fire. If I could get the people out of here that were actually innocent, cleansing fire. Just wipe this whole place off the map. We good. Close down this human trafficking ring. There we go. I feel so much better. And at this point, that's kind of what Comet's plan is, because after they brought Arlen in and rolled in here with 10 people deep, and then the stupid happened, and the wizard had the whole place on lockdown to the point that all the windows and all the doors are all shuttered and closed by magical locks. Then I go, oh, that happened. I can't save Zorthon anymore. Uh, Let me look and see what's going on in the actual garden where no one else was and where the entrance to the actual place was. Oh look, here comes Arlen, surrounded by 10 halflings, being carted in here. Great.
Oh.
And then at that point, me and Arlen just gets to talking and we just go, you know what? Fine, fine. We're gonna scare the mess out of them and we're gonna slowly start, killing them one by one. And just in case, if we can arrest any of them, let's bring in Grumnish. Cause having you by yourself down there ain't gonna cut it.
Mhm.
And so Grumnish is also involved now. And Grumnish is literally standing by the door, looking mean. And I'm like, oh, Grumnish, are you actually keeping them from escaping? Is that what you're doing? Oh, that's terrifying. I'm like, you could be helping, but you're not stopping us. So I'm okay with it.
I'm having to decide what parameters will go up based on what gender you choose. So I decided if you choose male, you're gonna get a boost to your HP, attack, and defense. If you choose female, you're gonna get a boost to your MP, your magic defense, and agility. And if you choose non-binary, you get a boost to your magic attack, your HP, and your luck. A lot of this
Okay.
is just like obviously when it came to the male one, I was going based on just like in general if you have two people who do not work out, one's a guy, one's a girl, typically the guy is going to be slightly stronger.
Yeah, yeah, typically.
Like this is not an always going to be a thing because there's always different things between genetics. But here's the thing. I'm not doing any genetic stuff. You're not putting your
This is a
grandfather,
video
your
game.
grandmother, your great grandfather, your great grandmother, your mom, or your dad in here. This is just are you male, female, or non binary?
Yeah.
So,
And again, this is simple video game logic.
yeah. All right. Now,
The fact that you put in a third choice is the fact that I go, yeah, you're being extra nice with this. Because simple video game logic would have gone, yeah, there's your dude choice, your female choice. Those are the choices.
well, I like to try and change with the times, especially since I've got an
Yeah,
X, especially since I have an X that's non-binary.
fair enough.
I need to make sure I'm very good at being inclusive as much as possible.
Gotcha.
Plus, it's not like it really causes me too much issue. It's just one extra category of choice.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't mess up the algorithm anyway right now.
All right.
You're literally just making it. But yeah, at this point in the game, the only one that I go is truly messed over is probably Bacon's character.
But
I felt so
um
bad for him.
he was supposed to stay out of the portal. Like the whole thing was he was
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
he was supposed to stay out of this, but he chose to come with us for some reason.
because there were people coming down the alley.
Now, he could have easily
Yeah,
just gotten
there
out of
wasn't a
there.
choice. I was like, the only choice he had was to literally just climb a wall and try to scale a roof. Which at that point I would have gone, that probably would have been better. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're in the alleyway. People are coming down. You either go through the magical portal,
He's going to be
or
useless. He's going to be useless in a fight.
oh yeah, yeah. He realizes this. He knows this. He was talking about this the other day, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, buddy. You got those cantrips. Good luck. You got those cantrips, cause that's what you got left.
All right.
All your resources were blown on doing the other cool thing. So at this point, that's what he got.
Okay. So, conversation starts like this. Welcome. Heard you're interested in a job. Let's get you all checked in. What's your name? Name processing, main character, 16 characters. I figure 16 characters is a pretty good number, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair enough.
Nice to meet you, main character's name. Are you male, female, or non binary? Chose the choice male, female, non binary. Now for some questions to assess what type of worker you are. So, first question. Goblin sees you. starts to come near you. Starts to come at you. What do you do? We're gonna have 4 choices.
All right.
Oh wait, we get a total of 6 choices? Dude, that's awesome. No, like used to it was just like 4 choices, but apparently in this
Yeah.
RPG maker you got 6 choices. All right, so obviously we got run is going to be one of the choices.
Yeah.
Attack it,
Yeah, that's a choice.
throw a fireball.
Wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
I'm
throw
gonna okay, so punch it. Okay, so we need something that's not exactly fireball, but is still like mystic. Basically, we need something that allows us to give the person who chooses it magic attack up.
Okay, okay. So you want something magic related to do to the goblin.
So maybe not so much like throw a fireball, but like throw a smoke bomb. That's sort of
I was gonna
magic
say
related.
cast illusion.
Well, again, we're talking about a mailman or a mail person, a mail courier. Okay, so we have to think along terms of this is not an adventurer.
Okay, okay. Throw your mail
Oh wait,
bag.
wait, I have it. Distract it. Distract it.
Okay,
That's
fair.
sort of magic related. Yeah,
Sure, sure. Are the distractions? Sure.
we got to throw in a talk to it.
I gotta say, you gotta give something to the social person.
All right. So right now we essentially have an agility up, we have an attack up, we have a magic attack up, we have, I'm gonna say talk to it is gonna be like a magic defense up. So you know,
Okay, there's no charisma in this one.
like I'm going to add like a friendship mechanic to the town, but no, this is just standard RPG stuff. It's standard
Gotcha,
RPG stats. You have attack, you have defense, you have luck, you have agility, you have magic attack, and you have magic defense. And then of
gotcha.
course HP and MP. Um
Well, I guess the other option
push
for the goblin is sneak past it.
push through and sneak past. Oh no, hide. Because it already sees you and it's coming at you. So hide. So
Okay,
so push through and hide. Alright. So obviously run is agility. That's just a given.
gotcha.
Punch is attack.
Mm-hmm.
Distract is magic attack. Talk to it. I was gonna go with magic defense on that. So I feel like that kind of makes sense, yeah.
Sure, sure, that could work.
Alright, push through. I'm gonna go with defense. Because it's either
Yeah,
defense or
that's defense.
HP. It's either defense or HP, but I'm gonna go with defense. And then
I can say it's
hide.
defense.
Hide is gonna be luck.
All right.
I'm gonna do. How many questions do you think I should do? Like 3?
Just do three. Three is the most, because
All right.
it's the beginning of a game.
What should the next scenario be? See a locked door?
Well, your mailman. I would go with let's do the standard one. Let's we have the we have the goblin, which I'm going with the our dog equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the irritated customer equivalent.
Let's see. Irritated customer.
Yep. Get that good old customer service question. And the last question, literally, okay, is this, what kind of weather do you expect to be doing this on? And as long as they give the right mailman answer, they're good.
Well, again, these questions are to try and help develop your character's starting stats.
Fair.
So we need to come up with stuff that works for that. Now, the weather thing. I think I can work with something on that. Go with what
So
is
yeah,
your
those
least
are the
what is your least favorite weather condition? No, let's what kind of weather would stop you? How about that? Does that sound good?
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, show choices.
You got your quintessential rainy weather.
Well, I figure nothing will stop me.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
the answer that most people want their man to say.
all right. So we got raining, snowing, windy. Whoops, accidentally hit enter instead of next thing. All right, raining, snowing, windy. Too hot. What else? What else we got?
Okay, you got rain, snow, wind,
Yeah, I figured
heat.
snow works for too cold, so I don't feel like that needs to be in there.
Um, let's go with storm, because I want to say storm is different than rain.
Yeah, let's go with thunderstorm. Or no.
Are we? I'm gonna say because my brain went okay, tornado and windy. I'm like, okay, those
Go with
we could go with those
yeah,
assuming
we'll
them, so
go
we
with
don't have to mention that.
stormy. Go with stormy.
There you go.
All right. So nothing will stop me. I think we just give that one like some extra HP. Or
Fair,
yeah,
fair enough.
I mean it's like a generic answer, so just give a generic increase.
Well, it's the answer that everyone wants their mailman to say. So whatever stat is actually the stat you go, yeah, mailman needs that. If mailman doesn't have that, they're not a real mailman.
All right, I'm thinking too hot should be magic defense. Yeah,
Okay.
because like you're weathering, you're pushing through. You
Pushing
know,
through the heat.
wait. This is what will stop you. So no, no. So it needs to be. It needs to be like there needs to be like a plus and a minus to
Are we doing
everything.
minuses now?
No, I don't like that. Okay, I feel like what kind of weather would never stop you? How about that? There. What kind of weather would never stop you?
Okay.
Now, hot can be magic defense. There we go. Snowing, raining, windy, stormy. I don't know. Part of me thinks maybe too hot should just be regular defense. What do you think? So I was thinking about
Uh, uh,
stormy. I was thinking about
mm-mm.
stormy, and that seems like it'd be more for the magic defense.
Honestly, all of these are defense related, man. Technically, if we think about this question, all of these should be different kinds of defense ups, and technically, nothing at all should give you a point in all the defenses because you just go, none of this would stop me. So I'm going through all of it. I'm the one going through all of this on this list.
Okay, how about this? We'll let this one be a 2 stat increase thing. So nothing will
Okay.
stop me will raise both defenses. Okay?
All
Everything
right.
else is going to get a defense plus something else. So I'm
Okay.
thinking too hot and snowing should be um should be defense
Okay.
because like, you know, it takes more physical um effort to be able to withstand those. And then
Okay.
stormy and raining will be magic defense. What do you think on windy?
Um,
You know what? I know.
Wendy.
Windy, instead of it being like defense, windy can be agility because you have to be able to move well, you know?
Okay. Sure.
All right, and then second thing to raise for see, I feel let's go with magic attack on stormy.
Okay.
What do you think on heat? You,
On heat, let's go with actual normal attack.
you think attack or think HP?
Uh,
Cause
I
like
was gonna go with I was going with HP for the snow.
okay,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about with the HP one.
all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Increase HP with snow and windy and raining. Kind of feel like luck should go on windy because you're going to be dealing with a lot of like debris that just randomly comes at you. So if you're okay with dealing with that, then agility and luck, you know?
Okay.
Alright, so we've got something for HP, we've got something for luck, attack, magic attack.
What stat are we missing now?
What do you think for raining?
I was gonna say anything that we're missing.
I
Which one
mean,
are we missing?
we can do MP. We haven't done
Yeah,
MP.
yeah. There we go. We
Alright.
need to do. We need to hit most of these.
Alright. And last question.
That's the customer service question.
Well, I don't know how to come up with a customer service question that would make sense for regular RPG stats. Plus, this is just a delivery
like,
person, so like they're just dropping stuff off. They don't necessarily have to deal with the
yeah,
customers
okay, where would
normally.
you leave a package?
What
Where would
about
you leave a package for a present?
No, I was thinking, one of the standard questions that a lot of people ask in role playing games is there's something blocking your way. How do you get past it? Do you think that would be a good one? So what?
I mean, we covered that with God, right?
Well, the goblin was something is attacking you.
Well, we gave answers that you could just
Okay.
go around it, you could push through it. I'm like, it's Goblin was the obstacle question in my opinion. I'm
Oh,
trying to think
oh,
of
customers. Okay, so you wanted a customer service question, right? My phone keeps on going to
yeah.
sleep, so like I don't know if people are chatting or not. Let me switch over to the thing right quick and see. No, no one's chatting. We're good. Okay, I got an idea for the customer service thing. Okay?
Okay.
You see someone on the side of the road. Um, you see someone on the ground on the side of the road. What do you do?
Okay. All right.
What do you do? All right. Show choices. All right. So first off, I'm making a delivery. I'm making my delivery. Basically, you're not stopping your job for some loser on the side of the road.
Oh my God, that's great.
And of course, check on them.
I love that one.
All right. So of course, check on them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, give them a lift. What else could be done with this?
Call the authorities.
Call the authorities. Or call or get some help. We'll get some help because it's there's no phones or anything. So get some help. Um Sit with them. I don't know. No, that seems stupid. Um so
Okay, what are the answers we got so
we
far?
got I'm making my delivery. We got check on them.
Okay.
Give them a lift.
Okay.
Get some help. We got two more.
All right. Let's see. Get them a lift. Get some help.
Okay, let me rephrase the question because I feel like this doesn't give us enough context. You see someone
What, you want to be more specific?
injured on the ground on the side of the road.
Okay.
There we go. What do you do? All right, I'm making my delivery. Offer medical. Offer first aid. Okay. Give them a
Okay.
lift to town. Get some help. Stay with them. Okay, so we got two more.
Take them to the hospital.
Yeah, that was the give them a lift to town.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, we're thinking way too goody two shoes, except for that first one.
I'm gonna say the first one was not goody two shoes.
Take
Yeah, you
their
know what? Here's
take their
something.
stuff
You see,
and run.
yeah, I was gonna say take their stuff. Just take their stuff. They already injured. Not like
Yeah,
they can keep up with you. You don't even need to run. Yeah, you can just take their stuff.
point and laugh. All right, so that's
Wow.
three good ones and three bad ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Three good ones, three bad ones. All
Good luck
right.
with coming up with stats for
I'm
that.
making my delivery. So I'm making my delivery. Oh wait, you know what we can do instead of stats for this one? This can be the skills one.
What?
This can be the skills question, the one that gives you a skill. Like your starting skill.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I need to go to the system thing and start making skills.
I was gonna say now we're doing something else.
Well, no, it
Have fun with.
makes perfect sense to do this because you need to have some skills right at the start.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They always come up with like all these things on here
Yep.
already. I never I
Mm-hmm.
always have like my own thoughts on what I want, so like I always just get rid of them all. All right. So, I'm making my delivery is going to be we're going to do an escape skill for that one.
Okay.
Let's see, is there a good icon for running the frick away? None of these icons look like a good run the frick away. Oh wait, this one does. I found
They
one.
don't have the man with the with the in the run position with the lines behind it.
Sort
That's
of.
your quintessential
Sort
role.
of. Sort of. I found a boot with lines behind it.
That's the closest you're gonna get, ain't it?
Description GTFO. Let that be a special. It costs 1 TP. I'll figure out what that all means later.
Yeah.
User. It's used on the user in battle screen. We'll give it a 95% success rate. So, message. Let's see. In one. Main character is getting out of here. Is the battle message.
That's great.
Special effect escape. And giving it a 95% success. No, you have to pay something. You have to do like 1 TP. So let's just go ahead and make it 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If it costs something, just make it.
Or we can
This is a
make
skill you
this,
get for making this choice.
or we could make this 95% success and then make another one, or 90% success, and then make another one that's a more advanced version that is 100% later.
I was like, this was good. This is gonna be hard enough because this is the one place where you get the skill. And I'm like, if you choose this, yeah, yeah, make it 100% because
Okay.
you're missing out on these other options that we're gonna give you.
All right. So now let's go back over here. I'm making my delivery. Change skill. MC. Learn. Escape. First aid is obviously going to be a small heal spell.
I'm gonna say your quintessential light heal spell.
I'm actually gonna call it first aid, and I guess like yeah, it's just quintessential small heal.
Yeah, yeah.
Magic. Right now we will say it costs 1 MP. Yeah, you can use it on enemy or ally. Always 100%. Let's see if we got a neat little. Here's a heal thing. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, sure. Maybe let's look at this one. Oh, that one's way too much.
Well, sound like you found little heal and big heal.
So yeah, see. Neutral. What is that? Oh, okay. That's an attack. That is definitely an attack. So we're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna go back to heal 1. There we go. There we go. Uses first aid. Type. Um, recover HP. Cover. We'll just let that be 1%. Wait. Yeah. I think that's gonna do the trick. So recover 1% HP. Because it's just first aid.
Okay.
And it only costs 1 point. So escape also only costs 1 TP. I will figure out what TP means. I think it's basically like a skill point thing. So it's like during battle, it increases, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give them a lift to town. What kind of skill would that be?
Honestly, I don't know. Think that one we got to hold off on because the other ones are easier. Cause yeah, I'm going with the one that goes, you steal from them. I go,
Yeah.
that's just a
Gonna do
steal skill.
pickpocket.
We can do that one easy.
Gonna do pickpocket right quick. So we got like a sneaky hand or something. Okay. We got poison looking thing. We got poisonous gas looking thing. There's a fist. Um,
You know what? They're like a
oh,
mask.
um, looks like goggles, but I see these gloves. I think I'm gonna go with
Okay.
those for the icon.
All right.
I'm gonna make that a special, and it's gonna cost 1 TP. Its success rate is just gonna be 10%.
All right.
What does certain hit mean? Oh, magic. Okay. Let's see. Trying to. I don't see. Oh, body slam.
I kind of feel like the thief one needs to be a little higher than 10%,
Sweep.
especially if we compare it to all the rest of these that we're making right now.
Well, this one, like, cause I mean, like, yeah, I might make it 50% because, like, the whole thing is
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
it's their first skill. That's why I was thinking like the escape skill should be a little bit less than 100 because it's your first skill. It's not supposed to really be able to hit all the time.
Well, you're not hitting. It's that's the thing with the escape skill. You're actually just going. I'm just leaving and not doing this. And if that's the only way to get this, I'm like, yeah, it should work. It should just work. Especially if that's the only skill we're giving you at the beginning. Just like when I think about thief, that's the only skill we're giving you. I'm like, we
All
should
right.
give the thief
I'll
at least
do
a 50
I'll do
shot.
70% success rate. So it's a 70% success rate right now. I kind of feel like I need to increase the cost of the TP. Okay, I'm gonna look at attack right quick and see. I feel like I need to go check on my kid because a lot of banging going on out there, and it doesn't sound like drums.
Hey, we need to call it early. You can, cause it's what is it almost 10?
It's about 20 till.
But yeah, if you need to call it early, you can. You'll be fine.
Like, right
Check on your
now,
kid.
right now, I'm not super concerned, but okay, so okay, that one was a little concerning.
Like I said, go check on your kids, man. We could do this later.
Hold on a sec. Let me actually take my headphones off for a minute. Okay, let me just see if I can text him and get a response before I just go out there just overly concerned parent wise.
Hey, I'll be that parent going, all right, it's almost 10 o'clock and I hear the noise. What is happening? I can picture my mom right now going, hey, it's 10 o'clock. Why do I actually hear your stuff through a few walls?
It just occurred to me the reason why there's not. He says he's fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like I said, I can hear my mom now just going, why do I hear your noise through a few walls? What's going on? It's almost 10. Go to sleep.
so it kind of occurs to me why there's not a easy thing for like picking pocket. And it's basically since the way that the enemies are set up, it's like they give experience, they give gold, they drop items, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It makes it to where it's like there's not really like stuff that you can really steal.
Okay, so you can't just pick the item that they would drop or just steal the gold that they would drop.
I mean, like, because I mean, you'll be getting it anyway if you win.
Yeah, yeah, but I have played those games where you steal from the actual thing and you go, oh, I got the item I wanted. I don't need to beat you, so I'm just gonna run away now. Or you know, if you steal the item, you go, okay, there's only a certain percentage this item drops, but if I keep trying to steal it, there's more chances to get the item. I remember what was that game that did that one?
All right, so
Uh,
apparently he's upset because something of his is not working like it's supposed to.
is he throwing controllers at the wall now?
I don't think he's throwing controllers at the wall, but it's essentially the same thing that I used to do.
All right.
Like, it's one of the reasons why I'm wanting to give him some like it's one of the reasons why I'm wanting to kind of give him some new stuff for Christmas so that he's not just using, you know, just cheap ass old stuff or just cheap ass stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair.
All right. So the thing is, I think I would essentially have to like make a different thing for each one of these guys. Each
Mm-hmm.
enemy, basically. If
Okay,
I were to
okay.
do this.
So you want to get rid of the steel idea?
No, I still want it. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it work.
I was gonna say if you have to literally put an item on every single creature, that's too much work. I'll be honest, you're never gonna finish this.
Yeah,
At least I
I'm
would never.
that's why I'm trying to figure out another thing to try for it. So I could see. All right, let me look at the common things. Conditional branch. If enemy no. All right. So, under the conditional branch, when it comes to enemy, it is the different types of enemies, I believe. Let me double check that. That no, what does that mean then? Hold on. What is this? Conditional branch. If enemy question mark or question mark one. Oh, okay. I see. I see what that is. That's talking about with the enemy in that particular slot, I guess. All right. Um. All right. So here's my basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
If I create like a table, so it's just like you use the steel thing, it has a chance at success. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. Because it, like, steel is like one of the most basic things,
Yes.
but it definitely
See, and I thought
is.
that with the steel mechanic, you could just steal the item that they would drop, and we call it a day.
Yeah. If
But if that's not
enemy
how this set up,
number one has appeared, See, that's the thing that's like confusing me right now. It's like if enemy number 1 has appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we are. There's a thing. There's a thing. Hold on. Let me go look at this right quick. Okay. Okay. See what you like on this. Okay.
Okay.
There is a state set up. All right.
Okay.
Called double money items. All right.
Okay.
So essentially, what I could do, let me see. Yeah, what I could do is I could have that, have the steal thing be something that you use on yourself, and it gives that to you for like a certain amount of time.
Okay, so so basically you cast that on yourself, and if you can beat the enemy within the time limit, you get double payout or something.
Yeah, you get double gold, you get double items.
All right, that works out fine then. If that's all, that's pretty much equivalent. I'm fine with that.
And we can make this, we can make it, let's see, state. So removed by damage. Okay? So
Okay,
removed by damage. So if you've taken 50% damage, then it goes away. Or do you think turns?
okay. I'm thinking. I'm more thinking turns because at this point, I'm assuming we're making this ability work 100% of the time now.
No. No.
No,
So
okay,
so hear me out on why. Okay?
okay,
This is the first version of the thief skill. Of a thief skill, okay?
okay.
So we do duration 3 to 10 turns. Okay?
All right,
So anytime between 3 and 10 turns, it'll go away. So the first one, it only costs 1 TP to use, and it'll activate
and we're
50% of the time.
okay. So so half the time it will just not work,
Yeah.
and the other half the time it will just be a buff.
Yeah.
Okay,
State. Add state. Double money items. Okay. All right. I think. All right. I think. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. That works. All right. So yes, 50%. So half the time it works. And then later on, we'll have more effective versions of it, like 75%, and then, of course, like a 99% one. You know?
okay,
So
all
there we go.
right.
We got the pickpocket thing in a system where pickpocket was not available.
Gotcha. And now for the harder ones.
Alright. Well, we got point and laugh. That's just taunt. I'm sure there's a
I could say, is
taunt.
there a taunt mechanic in this?
Let's find out. We can probably like enrage or something.
I was gonna say not a lot of beginning games did not have a taunt mechanic.
Okay, let's see what states we have. Okay, let's go look at what. Okay, so we have dead, guard, immortal, poison, blind, silence, rage. Okay, what does rage do? Attack an enemy. Um, so I mean, this forces them to just attack. And they can't do anything else, I think.
Well, that is the option for a person when you point and laugh at them, for them to just attack you. So that technically is a taunt.
So yeah, let's just go with that.
Technically,
Let's just go with that. And do you think like taunts don't always work, so you think maybe 70% effective?
I know that should be about the same amount as the steel.
So 50%?
Yeah.
Rage. Alright. Change skill. Add. Taunt. Okay. Alright. Get some help and give them a lift to town.
I'm gonna say get some help would be call allies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how we can do that. Let's see. Oh, I know. I know. I know. I know. Okay. So, druid. Okay?
Okay, what, you want to summon animals?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Alright, there's a fish. Acorn. I mean, let's go with the acorn. Let's go with the acorn. Call for small animal. Or call small animal. A random small creature to aid in combat. Feel like this actually needs to cost a little bit more. I mean, we can keep it at one,
I
I
would,
guess. We're gonna keep it at 1 MP.
yeah.
And it's gonna have a 50% success rate.
All right.
And essentially, since we're going to be creating animal companions, going to create some more character slots. nature. Alright, right now we've got a cat.
That's fair.
That is what we have available right now.
Fair enough.
And we do not have a cat in the battle screen thing. So we're gonna have to put a placeholder in until I can just make one.
Placeholder. There's a goblin.
So, no, I can't even use
Goblin
that.
cat.
I can't even use that. It's only letting me pick actor one, so I can't even use like enemy enemy things.
Tokens.
Yeah, it's only
Okay.
letting me use. Let me go over here to the character creation. Okay, here's kid. Okay, what if we make an albino kid? If we do hair, we make it black. See, now it just looks like we have some black kid coming to help us out. Yeah, that's not really working for me. Okay, so yeah, I'm just putting a
Should we just
placeholder in for right now. I will, like, it's 10 o'clock, so I'm just trying to finish this stuff right now.
fair,
Like, honestly,
yeah,
I want it to be more like, I want to have like a list of like 10 random small creatures, then 10 random tiny creatures, 10 random small creatures, 10 random mid-sized creatures, 10 random large creatures, 10 random huge creatures, and 10 random giant creatures for this spell line, you know? And
goodness,
it just like
goodness.
randomly pulls from this list. I might like at first it's just gonna like until I get to the point where I'm getting more in depth with it, it's just gonna be the one on each of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right now we got a cat.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's all we need. It'll be fine.
alright, common event. Um change change party members, add cat. Then additional branch. I'm gonna do a timer. What do you think? 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
All right. If the battle's not over in 5 minutes, something's wrong anyway.
Okay, so this makes it to where like after you use it, um, after you use it, it will stay in your party for a little while too if you finish the battle fast enough. You know?
Gotcha. Gotcha. If you finish the battle fast enough and manage to keep it alive, it will stay.
Alright, so
There we go.
change party member, add cat. Control timer, start 5 minutes. Alright. Then common event. We're gonna call another common event. Parallel. And conditional branch. Timer is 0. Change party. Remove. Cat. Alright. If I've done this right, then when you use the skill call small animal,
there's a 50% chance
there's a
it will call a cat.
50% chance it will call a cat and put it in your party for 5 minutes. We'll deal with what the cat can do later.
There you go. Because this is one of the most complicated ones we got so far. Because this is a skill where we summon something that has its own skills.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a turducken.
I'm gonna make that cost 2 MP. Feel like that's fair.
If you make it cost 2 MP, I want to say up the percentage of it actually working.
I guess I can. I'll up it to like 70.
There you go, 70, 75. Because it would really suck to go, and it didn't work. Okay, next turn, didn't work. Next turn, oh, I can't do it anymore. Wait, what? Yeah, can't do it anymore.
Alright. Now, to give a lift back to town, I am going to say this will be a buff.
Okay, let's just make it simple then. What's the easy buff on here?
Let's see. I don't have an easy buff. Let me increase this, and I'm gonna see what I can do here.
And I was thinking just making it
Oh,
easy.
here
Just
we
go,
are.
okay.
Okay,
Buff.
I got it. Alright. So we can basically increase parameter attack 150%.
Sure.
Alright, there's gotta be like a muscle arm on here, right? This works. That works. I like that one. Alright, and then it'll end, we'll say 2 to 5 turns.
Sure.
All right. And remove at battle end. So yeah, 2 to 5 turns and remove at battle end.
All right, there we go.
All right. Now, we're going to just call it build up.
Yeah.
And think I'm going to go with 90% success rate on that.
I was gonna say it's a I for some reason when it comes to buffs, true buffs, I'm like it should just work, right? This is the skill you actually
Okay.
have to actually fight.
It's just, it's such a, like I'll have to make separate ones to make it to where there's a better buff later then.
Fair.
So, all right. Well, due to the fact that we're running out of time, or that we've already run out of time, I'm just going to go ahead
Yeah,
and
it's probably after 10 at this point.
learn, build up. Okay. All right. I'm going to check one thing about the call animal thing. Let me look over here at state. Variability. I think I might be able to figure out how to make it to where the animal can go away at the end of the battle and it comes to the battle for a specific amount of time based on you doing a parameter thing or a different state thing. Like I think I can use the
Okay.
states to make it to where the animal comes and then the animal goes. Yeah, I know we're going a bit over, but I just think it would make more sense to basically have it to where there's actually a specific a specific thing that causes it to end.
Okay.
And we'll go into battle. All right, common event. We're going to clear that. All right, condition branch. Actor, main character, state, call animal. Okay. Now this is gonna probably take some testing to make
Yeah,
sure
because I was
this
gonna say if you
works.
wanted to, I was gonna say if you wanted to just make it simple, we could have just had the call animal effect in after the battle.
Well, that's
That
basically
would
what I'm
that
trying to.
technically.
That's basically what I'm trying to do. Like I'm having it to where like the animal will come in for a certain amount of time, and then at the end of the battle it'll go as well. But also just like it's there for a certain amount of time. You know.
Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I know what we were trying to do earlier with having the animal possibly, be involved in other battles for a certain period of time. But if that gets complicated to the point that we have to do, we could just make it, end after the battle and just call it there.
All right.
Less work on our end.
Okay. So I suppose I can do that instead of the turn. Like the thing is, it doesn't change. Like basically, the remove at battle end is just a checkbox I can check, and the auto removal timing is just a drop down, and I select how many turns. So I mean, it doesn't, because like the thing that I was running, the problem that I was running into with the common event is the fact that like um that I couldn't get it um to end at the battle end.
Oh, okay, okay. So it wasn't ending. Okay.
Yeah. I think I now have it. Common event. Okay. So we're gonna do none right here. Then I'm gonna activate control switch. Gonna name this switch. Call animal. Okay. On. Alright. Then remove animal. Trigger parallel. Call animal on. And then I do conditional branch. State. And else. Okay. Else. Change party. Remove cat. Alright. I think I've got it set up to where that now works. I
All
will have to
right.
test it. So next time, we are going to test each of these skills to make sure they do what they're supposed to do.
All right then.
So come and join us next Monday when we do that. Until then, go buy my books and go to my website and buy my books and stuff like that. Look at my YouTube stuff. I'm going to be uploading some videos for our playthrough. We've got a couple of videos for the Nuzlocke that we started. I just need to finish the editing on them. And this weekend I was not in town, so I did not work on them. And last week I was extremely busy with other stuff. So did not work on them then either. But I will be working on them this
Hey.
week, and they will be coming out next week. So if you have not seen their stuff, you should go catch up before the new episodes come out. So you can follow me on social media at SerioStar, and I am trying to get to where I'm doing the streaming regularly on Sundays, where I'm playing game, and Mondays where we're hanging out and we're gonna be working on this RPG maker and just talking random stuff. So other stuff I'll be doing you can just find on YouTube or on my website. So anyways, hope everyone has a good night. I'm gonna go to sleep because it's a little bit later than I meant for it to be. So, bye.
That's what happens when we start programming.
Bye.